air. And I must say, I'm completely delighted with the story where we are going today. We're going down to the Western Cape. So I follow someone on Twitter called Gasant Abarder. He is the University of the Western Cape spokesperson. And what I love about him is how he mixes up his personal life and his work. And we learn all sorts of things, both about him, but about work as well. And one of the things I've learned from Gasant's tweets is that he has a 10-year-old daughter who loves playing soccer, football. Yep. And this is obviously very exciting because we see Banyana is doing such amazing work. And now seems to be the time to really start engaging with young people. So I'm going to start with Dad Gasant, and then I'm going to go into chatting to Misha, because I think that Gasant can really maybe frame the whole story for us. So tell us a bit about it, Gasant. Okay.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Michelle. Thanks for having us on the show. So we launched She-Bobo at UWC on Friday. It's a new under 8 and under 10 junior girls football league. And that's really to address the lack of competition in the Cape region for girls this age. I mean, I think it's unthinkable that we had women from South Africa playing in a World Cup and we don't have football for under 8s and under 10s. The story is a little bit more personal for me and Misha because for the last 3 years we've looked for a football team for her. Before that, she was playing as a girl in boys' teams, and it becomes really challenging. You know, any parent will tell you with a girl child who plays football, it's not ideal. And so we found a club called Blackpool, and I found many parents in the same predicament, many clubs in the same predicament, where there isn't football for them regularly on a Saturday in a league environment. So She-Bobo was born.
So, Misha, I have to ask you, let's start with you on this particular story. You are now playing as a 10-year-old in grade 4 for a club. But tell us what the experience was like. I mean, to have to start playing with boys and just so that you could get onto it. What was that like?
It was very different. The boys were like they were very like they played very rough, yeah, and they used to tackle hard, and it was fun. But the coaches weren't that nice to the girls, and the boys wouldn't call me last names or stuff like that.
So Misha,
they would call me like short.
How did you get into playing soccer, and what's the position you like to play as well?
I normally play striker. I got into soccer because I started playing with my dad and my brother when they used to play in the driveway. So I started playing with them, and I just started getting it.
So they started playing in the driveway, and you were like, no, just because I'm a girl, I need to be in there as well, and I need to be playing as well. Are you better than your brother now?
So no, sort of.
Sort of. You say you're being very careful there, Misha, aren't you?
Not really.
Gasant, let's talk to you just a little bit further about this idea. I mean, I find it interesting that the university has taken this up, because one always assumes that a university will take up something which is post-matric or whatever the case may be. And yet you have obviously got your team at UWC to say, hey, this is something that we could really engage with at a very young age. Talk to us a little bit more about how you see that playing out in the future.
Okay, so I think the context is important here because if you look at the Banyana squad that won the women's AFCON earlier or a few months ago, more than half of that team actually come from UWC, either as alumni or current students.
Yeah.
And also the current squad picked for Banyana to travel to London to play Australia. Most of the team or UWC has the most representativity in that team. So I mean, coming back to my statement that it's unthinkable we don't have junior girls football in the city, I then said to our colleagues, listen, let's start from the start, grassroots development, and grow them from goals to graduation, and expose girl children to university life. And it's not just about football. It's also about exposing young girl children to academia as well, and being able to study in a career that is predominantly male dominated. So we're talking about astrophysics, nanotechnology, STEM, all the STEM products and study material. But at the same time, can we grow this league from under 8 and under 10 to under 12, under 14, high school, and then recruit them to come and study at UWC and graduate there? And so I'm hoping that Misha comes to study at
Has
UWC
no choice.
one day. She wants to be a she wants to be a she wants to be a YouTuber. Oh, it's changed. What is it now? Professional footballer.
Yes.
But you know, we're a football family, Michelle. We live, breathe, sleep football. Misha's wearing football kits all day of the week.
So
Man
are you?
United.
So are you?
And our older
apparently.
brother's actually touring Joburg. Yes, our older brother Ziyad is touring Joburg next week. He made the Metro Central Representative District team for Western Province. So he also wants to come and play at varsity and study there. And we encourage it. I mean, even when they're writing exams and assessments, we don't stop football when they're busy writing, because it gives them focus, it gives them... And with the girls, and I hope I'm not sounding biased here, but with the girls, you see, even at that age of 8 years old, there's a lot more discipline. They listen to the coaches, they structure, they play for each other and are less kind of selfish, I think. And the skills are picked up so quickly. When Misha joined Blackpool, she couldn't kick with her left foot. She used to like kind of run around the ball so she could use her right foot. And now she's, let's call it bilingual, ambidextrous. She can use both feet equally well. And I mean, that's a learned skill in just a few weeks. So, I mean, it's really cool to see. I'm really a big fan of women's football, you know.
I must say I am too, and I really think it's very exciting on a whole load of levels. I mean, even if you look at starting to market, the idea of marketing women's football globally, we've seen how it's just exploded. Misha, I'm going to ask you, if things went well with you, Misha, and you ended up playing, then obviously you would end up hopefully playing for Banyana, and they would do very well with you. But what would be another team that you would like to play with globally as a woman footballer?
I'm not sure. I don't know what team I would want to play with. I'm not really sure. Any team that is like really skilled, where I still get to have fun.
Yeah.
Something like a team like that. I don't.
But you do see yourself as becoming a professional footballer, I hear. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
That sounds brilliant. Misha, I want to wish you all the very, very best. Gasant, as we move onwards, do you think that you might be seeing a shift and change in your own work and world? Next thing you know, you're going to be managing the Salt River Blackpool team. Then it's going to go further. And who knows, in the end, you could be managing Banyana with Desiree Ellis.
Look, my boss said to me, no, this is your baby now, because I was hoping to get a tournament consultant to run for me. He said to me, no, you started this, but you need to make it fly, and once it's 2 or 3 years into the league, we'll hand it over to somebody else. But the idea is, on the 22nd of October, we want all of Cape Town to come out to support our girls at the UWC Stadium.
Yeah.
They're going to be playing at the stadium. How special is that?
Yo.
And it's a football festival involving 10 clubs, and this will be a showcase for the full-on league, where we're going to have girls under 8 and under 10 playing every Saturday in competitive matches. Now, all of this is endorsed and supported by the South African Football Association.
Brilliant.
We had Danny Jordan, the SAFA president, say that he's throwing his full weight behind it.
Yeah.
And South Africa is looking to grow girl and women involvement in football.
Yeah.
We're also making a bid for the 2027 Football World Cup, Women's World Cup. And so this comes at an opportune time. And at UWC, we pride ourselves in producing graduates who can fall back on careers while playing sport at the highest level. We've shown it. People like Babawa Lacha, who's a graduate, a law graduate, and used to be the Springbok women's captain. We've got Thembi Kgatlana, who was African Footballer of the Year, scored the first goal for Banyana in a World Cup. And so it's not as important for us that they reach national colours, but it's super important that they are well-rounded citizens in South Africa. And that's what we want for all our girl children here in the Western Cape and beyond.
Gasant, I love the narrative that you are pushing forward. It really is absolutely critical. I also love the idea that the University of the Western Cape becomes the home of great Banyana players as well. They are going to be the home of the junior girls football with She-Bobo. Let's see She-Bobo and a league of their own take place all around the country. Gasant, if you could keep us in touch with the event on the 22nd of October, that would be really, really exciting. Misha, I look forward to hearing how your game happens on the 22nd. We know that you're going to do very well on the 22nd, Misha, and we wish you all the very, very best for what promises to be a super exciting series of matches between 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds. And then from there, the future is gold.
SAFM. Prime time all day.